Crop of Immortality. Bhagwan Buddha approached a rich farmer of Kashi and begged for alms. Farmer said in a taunting voice, I labor hard to plow and maintain my fields, and then I get the crop that feed us. But you want food without doing any farming? I am also a farmer and do farming, said Bhagwan Buddha smilingly. Farming? He looked surprisingly at the beggar in saffron clothes. Yes, my son, said Buddha. I am doing farming of soul. With a plow of knowledge, I sow the seed of devotion, irrigate with the water of penance. Thoughtfulness, humility, and mind are part of my plow. Continuous effort is taking me to my goal where there is no pain or suffering. My farming is producing the crop of immortality, my son. Return of abuses. One day, while walking, Bhagwan Buddha reached the house of a Brahman. He was a wicked person. He started abusing Buddha and asked him to go. Buddha quietly listened to his abuses. When that person stopped, he said, Brahman Maharaj, when you receive any guest, you must be serving delicious food to him? Brahman replied, Why not? Buddha again asked, If the guest do not take the food, you must be throwing that away. Brahman confidently said, Why throw away? We will take that ourselves. So I am not accepting your gift of abuses. Please take it back. Buddha said with a pleasing smile and moved on. Brahman was ashamed. We must not tolerate others' bad habit. Sujata prepared kheer. Sujata prepared kheer and gave it to Buddha. He was extremely happy to eat the delicious kheer. Fully satisfied, he sat for meditation and went into deep trance that lasted for 7 days. During this period, he had self realization, that is, knowledge about soul and God. He was sitting on the shore of Niranjana river in a very happy mood. Sujata went to see him and was astonished as to how he could remain sitting for 7 days in one posture. At that time, some person was seen taking a dead body. Buddha saw them and laughed. Sujata questioned, Yogi Raj, till yesterday you felt sorry to see a dead body, but what happened today? Bhagwan Buddha replied, My child, happiness and sorrow are results of man's imagination. Till yesterday I was attached to worldly things and feared that I may not lose them. That fear caused sorrow. Now I realized that change of worldly things is certain. One for whom we feel pain and sorrow is immortal, that can neither be changed nor destroyed. Having attained this knowledge, now where is the question of any pain or sorrow? Sujata was satisfied with this and herself started self introspection. Devotion of Devvardhan. Religious conclave was over and all devotee proceeded for religious preaching to the place of their choice. One devotee, Devvardhan, appeared before Gautam Buddha and requested, Bhagwan, I wish to go to Kalinga for spreading the views of our Sangh. Listening about Kalinga, Buddha said, Son, people of that area are very immoral and jealous. They will falsely blame, harass, and abuse you. As such changes the idea of going there. Devotee respectfully said, Bhagwan, why shall I care for abuses? They will not beat me. Tathagat said, Dear may be possible. They are cruel and may also boldly harm you, bodily harm you. Devvardhan was still determined and said, Dev, some punishment may not affect the body. There is no harm if they beat me, at least they will not kill. Buddha said, Devvardhan, they may even kill you. I have seen their cruelty. Devvardhan said, How does it matter, Bhagwan? You have told us that it is most virtuous act if the body is used for religious upliftment. By killing me, they will actually obliging me. Buddha was satisfied with his firm determination and blessed him. Symbol of Brahmanism. Bhagwan Buddha was preaching before villagers in Jaitavana. His disciple Anant Pindak was sitting there taking advantage of his discourse. At that time, Mahakashyapa Mandala Galyam, Sariputra, Chand, and Devdutt, etc., came there. Seeing them coming, Buddha said, "Son, a group of Brahmins is coming. Hurriedly arrange proper seats for them." Anantapindak said, "Bhagwan, perhaps you don't know them. Only one of them is Brahman. Others are Kshatriya, Vaishya, and even Shudra." Gautam Buddha laughed on hearing these words of Pindak and said, "Dear, a person's caste is not where he was born. Rather, it depends upon his qualities, nature, and work. They are all very superior, devoid of worldly attachments, religious, minded, disdainful, and involved in welfare activities. That is why I call them Brahmins. You must always consider such persons as Brahman. By birth, everyone is just a Shudra."
हमारे YouTube चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को दबाएं ताकि आपको नोटिफिकेशंस मिलते रहें।